So, what do you do for work? Do you like it? Do you like it? How many siblings do you have?
Yeah, that attitude is definitely unpleasant. I mean, in this era with zero accountability and infinite options, I'm sure she can get away with it. But I mean, it just takes the steam. I mean, we are in control of our vibe. So if it's a bad vibe, it's on you. I mean, wherever you are responsibility for your vibe and your immediate environment. And if someone's bringing this energy, it needs to be called out because this is cancerous energy. I mean, the girl, very young, very attractive, definitely has a lot of options, but acting like zero accountability, infinite options. I mean, it's just unpleasant, and I'm sure that men will put up with this kind of vibe to spend time with a beautiful young woman. But I mean, is this what we want? Is this where modern dating was? I mean, if this girl lived in a small tribe 200 years ago in a village, what would her vibe be? Would it be this kind of off-putting, bratty, not happy? I mean, someone's taking you out, someone's spending their time with you, someone's spending money with you, somebody prepared probably at least a very fancy coffee, maybe a meal with high quality food and drinks in an extravagant environment with a beautiful table and a beautiful room and heat and electricity and a chef that thought through things. I mean, if you're going into that environment where everything is laid out for you with this attitude, I mean, for a minute, we just need to say to ourselves, what are we doing here? Why did we build this great civilization just to come in with this vibe, especially when vibe is a choice? It is absolutely a choice. Let's check out the next video.
When I tell you that I have zero interest in dating ever again, I mean that. Like, there is not a single thought in the back of my mind that thinks, oh, maybe one day or what if. Like, I've dated enough men on the spectrum of good guy to doesn't give a shit to know that they have nothing I want or need. And it's at the point where I can't even imagine myself on a date with a man because the thought of asking him how his day was makes me cringe. Like, number one, I don't care. And number two, if you tell me it was bad, I'm going to assume you deserved it. Like,
It is just unreal to listen to a person completely externalize their own bad vibe on other people, not to mention an entire half of the human population, which is men. Men built the world, and there is absolutely no future without men, also without women. So there's no future with men and women. So seeing a woman who's still in her fertile years talk about how she gave up dating and then explaining that she does not care about a man's day and she's talking about a man that she would be with, it is just unreal because that is absolutely a choice. And if people are making the choice to have this vibe, then we're living in some kind of dystopia. Dale Carnegie, in the book How to Win Friends and Influence People, he said the way to win friends is to take genuine interest in them. He said it's not a trick. You're not being fake nice like we see so much today. You are actually genuinely taking interest in a person, like stepping back and saying, okay, maybe this person is at a different level than you are, but regardless, if they're at a higher level, it's inspiration. If it's a lower level, it can be like, hey, they're putting in the effort. They're going to go somewhere with this. But having a person literally advertise to the public on internet that they do not care about people close to them, that they're interacting with their life, it seems quite hopeless. It honestly seems quite hopeless. Let's look at the next video.
I've given up dating and pursuing women, and I think more men should do the same. I haven't given up out of hopelessness. I've given up out of clarity. And no, it's not because I'm gay. This isn't a coming out video, but that'd be really funny if it was. I've deleted the apps. I've stopped chasing, and instead I've become completely obsessed with building the life that I actually want to live. My music, my businesses, my health, my home, my son, my purpose, the things that actually set my soul on fire. And here's what I've realized. That obsession brings me more fulfillment than any relationship ever has. I wake up genuinely excited about what I'm building, and there's something that feels so deeply right about a man who knows exactly what he's here to do and just does it. So that's the work right now. Not becoming perfect, just focused on being whole, because the version of me that I'm embodying doesn't need a woman to feel complete.
This is probably a reasonable reason to give up, to focus on yourself. I find that when you do focus on yourself and you start actually seeing progress, it can become almost addictive to just keep working. I mean, if you start on music, next thing you know, you're songwriting. If you start on a business, next thing you know, the business is growing and you see how far it can go. And going on dates, if it was with a woman who is in a bright mood and you're looking across the table at a big smile, it's going to be worth it. But if you're looking across the room at somebody who's staring at a phone, rather stay home, would rather focus on something that's going to become something in the future, something that's going to build into something with value. Let's check out the next video.
Guys are so lucky. You guys do not understand. So I'm 25, right? I'm sitting here and I'm having to build a fucking roster. I'm having to sit here and go out and do things I don't want to do. I don't want a roster. I don't want to go out and date. I don't like this hookup culture. I don't like any of it. But I feel like I don't have a choice. Men, you guys just get to sit there and you guys can go wait until you're in your 30s, you're almost 40, and you can just go get with a girl that's in her fucking 20s and live a normal life. Girls don't have that luxury. I'm now sitting here at 25 having to figure out how the fuck to get back in these fucking streets so I can figure out, so 10 years down the line, I'm not sitting there single still with my daughter being an only child. Like, I want to have a family. I want to have kids. I want to be happy. Like, I want all of these things. But people don't want that nowadays, it feels like no matter, it's like, what is this dating stuff? What is Hinge? What is Tinder? What is all of this? Like, it's disgusting. Like, my friends helped me make a Hinge and a Tinder, and it's like, I hated it. I ended up deleting my Hinge, and I'm getting ready to delete the Tinder because it's just like I don't want to talk to anybody on there. Like, I don't want to do any of this. Like I'm just sitting there like a magazine going through like clothing. That's what it feels like, and it's like, I don't want that, and I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to be a part of that at all.
Actually, I think it's very refreshing that she is expressing that she wants to have a family and wants to have kids. And I sympathize with her frustration because there's going to be a lot of guys that are going to take advantage of that situation just to get some bedroom fun and then leave her on the side. But I mean, this is more of a holistic issue because in a certain society, which many women would call oppressive, the idea was to establish marriage during the peak fertility years of a woman. Now her peak fertility years are generally pushed towards focusing on things like education and career. And then suddenly the fear stage hits during the rapid decline of female fertility. And that's when they realize it's now or never. I actually give this girl a lot of credit that she is in her 20s and she's realizing this. The thing is, though, is that navigating the current modern dating environment using the standard instincts and emotions, statistically, it's probably not going to have a high success rate. I think she needs to take a step back and focus on what she wants. I will also say that I am sure that if she approaches men who are mature, that are in their 30s, 40s, and maybe even older, and she says to them, look, I want to start a family, a lot of those guys will probably just say, like, let's get to work tonight, and they will mean it. And she is correct. Men can wait until their 30s and 40s, but that's where she's a little bit wrong. They cannot wait. They have to establish themselves. So if you're Chad or Tyrone and you're in your 20s, okay, you're going to have a lot of fun. But to really build something, you can't just look the part. You need to be the part. And to be the part as a man, you need to build yourself up. You need to build your economic base. You need to build your mindset base. You need to build spiritual strength so that you can actually be the leader of a family. A woman, her time to match is when she's young and fertile. And this girl, I think she has a chance, but she's going to have to be strategic. Let's have a look at the next video.
In New York, on my way to a date with a man I've never met because someone's gotta keep the friendship group entertained. Because someone's gotta keep the friendship group entertained.
Lovely outfit on this girl, and good for her. She's going on a date and she's posting that the reason she's going is to keep her friendship group entertained. From what I know about women friendship groups, I'd be very careful listening to their input because we know that they like to sabotage each other to at least their level. They don't want to see their friends moving to a level higher than they're at. Also, sticking out the tongue and the vibe. I mean, there's a man who's going on a date with you, and he's probably excited. He probably thinks there's a future, and you're coming in with this vibe. I mean, yes, this vibe might be fun to have some bedroom fun, but is this person really going to be a partner that someone wants to build with long term, and she's going to be helpful and she's going to add value? I'll leave that up to you to judge, but this is definitely the age of zero accountability and infinite options. So people are actually advertising that they have a bad attitude and sticking their tongue out to the world. And I would imagine that if people continue with this vibe, the world is going to go exactly to where that vibe will lead to. Let's check out the next video.
I think the worst part about being on the dating apps is that everyone you match with knows that you find them attractive in some way. But then you have the other side where most men match, like just swipe right on everyone. So most men that women match with, they don't even find attractive. And then in the end, none of us even like talk to each other. We just match and then just like move on with our lives. And then you see each other like at the grocery store and you're like, oh, I think that guy's cute. I matched with him, but he does not think you're cute. Because if he did, he would have talked to you on the dating app. He already had like the easiest opportunity to talk to you. So he's definitely not going to think you're cute at the grocery store. And this is like the weird stuff that I think about. Like when I walk by someone in the grocery store, I'm like, oh, does he recognize me from the dating app? It's like, no, he doesn't recognize me from the dating app. We didn't even talk on the dating app. Like, but us women, we examine like every profile. Like we look at every single photo, everything they say, we analyze it before we swipe right. Where men, they just swipe right on everyone. So we know when you walk by us in the grocery store, we know who you are. So if you know who we are, don't talk to us. I was going to say talk to us, but don't, because it's also so freaking awkward.
A lot of what she is saying is true. People are matching with each other. There is not too much behind it. They're looking at photos and something clever they said. If you surf through some dating apps, you'll actually see that a lot of things they're saying are the same. One of the common ones is talking about pineapple on pizza. Like that's something to debate. Maybe once it's kind of funny, but after you've seen it 100 times, it starts getting a little bit trite. This girl, I'm sure the guys she's talking to are the winners on the app and they have many, many options. So I think she's correct. They probably don't actually recognize her or really like her. I think that in another version of society a while ago, a few centuries, there was a small group of people and people knew who they were with. Not 100%, but at some point it comes out and they're official, and then there's a monopoly on that person, so they're not available to everyone else. In today's age where we can go on apps and we can search through profiles, literally an infinite number of profiles. I mean, why stop there? And men and women, they're both, in many cases, talking to 10 plus people, even more. So I think what she's saying is actually correct. I understand her vibe, and this is the situation. No judgment on it. It is what it is, but this is the predicament that we are in. We're going to stop here now and catch you in the next video.